Distribution. Hi, everyone. It's Charlotte Pierce. I'm the producer of Ready Row USA. You're watching one of our second pop-up Club Spotlight pop-up podcast. Say that 10 times fast. And I'm here with Mary Neary, and we're focusing on her club. She's the former executive director and the Learn to Row coordinator for North Cascades Crew. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Hi. Looks like you might be looking out over Lake Stevens there in the back of you.
Well, actually, I'm in Everett, and so we're close to the Salish Sea.
Yes.
Yes.
Like I was telling you earlier, I spent my formative years in Seattle, and I row out there whenever I can. You know, there's a few clubs on Lake Union that are more accessible if you're going to Seattle, but Lake Stevens and why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got involved with the club and maybe a little history of the club? I have some pictures here that we can watch while you're talking about it. Like I said, I drop in on rowing clubs whenever I can, and I'm definitely going to head your way next time I get out there. But tell me a little bit about the history.
So the club was formed in 2008, and we started out with just a trailer with boats on it, and we'd have to trailer them around and get in the water. And then we got a little boat rack, and I know. And
so then you would wade out and get in the boats.
Yes, or we would go off a dock. That would work for us. You know, the height of it worked for us. And then in about 2013, we got in a relationship with Snohomish County Parks and Rec. They were looking for nonprofits to partner with them to take care of parks and make them accessible and beautiful and comfortable for people to come to. Because at this time, you know, budget cuts and everything, there was a little bit of a issue with all of that. So we partnered with them and started running our juniors program out of Wyatt Park in Lake Stevens. And then later on, a couple of years later, we approached them and wrote a proposal to put a boathouse on an empty lot that was there right across the street from the dock.
And you were involved at this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was involved in writing the proposal.
Nice.
And so that all worked out really well. So now we lease that spot. So in 2018, so then we started fundraising.
Right.
And I guess I should backtrack a little bit because around this time too, Boys in the Boat came out, and we are close to the family. The Joe Rantz's granddaughter and great grandkids rode with our club.
That's I interviewed them once. Their names are
Judy, daughter, Judy Willman,
and then her daughter,
right.
What a great story.
Oh, I know. It was so inspirational for us.
I didn't realize they rode with you too.
Yeah. And so it just kind of changed our outlook on what we wanted to do as a club. And so I did a little research on what Joe did after he finished rowing too. And he taught women's auto mechanics classes and called for square dancers. And so he was kind of a, pretty diverse guy with diverse interests, and, and people just loved him.
Yeah.
So we kind of started thinking that maybe that was the way, we needed to reach out. We needed to become inclusive and include the kid that didn't want to compete but wanted to row and also be in robotics club, you know, or wanted to swim and row, or the
not the one that just wants to only go to Division I and row and
exactly
Cornell or something.
I mean, those kids are welcome too.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, the other people.
The rest of us.
Yeah.
So this the picture that I had up here, let me just flash it up again. Some of you, if you're listening on the audio, we will have links to these pictures in the show notes. So don't forget to read the show notes and subscribe. Please subscribe. So is this your juniors crew?
Yes, this is, I think this picture was taken when some of them had left and some of them were still there. But we have a small juniors program. We have a small adults program.
Okay.
So, yeah, these are the ones. Yeah.
And then these are masters with you in
right.
4-3-2-2C, right?
Yeah.
Is that a quad or a four?
Excuse me?
Is that a quad?
It's a quad.
Quad, yeah. Right. Quads rule. I love quads.
Yeah.
And then there's more masters in a quad, right?
Yeah, and there's a couple of more quads there too, I think. But I mean, we have to suffer with this scenery.
I know, it's just terrible that you have to put up with that scenery.
Yeah, tough job.
And so tell me a little bit before we're about halfway through, but I just wanted to tell, you know, I was impressed with Devin, your social media person. You know, the way she represents the club, and she's always talking about your relationships with the community, and, you know, did that, what other things do you do just for outreach to the community? And
okay, well, that picture that you saw with the police there.
Let me get that back up.
Yeah, that's a safe. So Lake Stevens has a couple of nights out in the summer called Safe Streets. And so organizations come out, they do a little pop-up thing. So to bring children out, to create a nice, safe environment for people to feel good at night, and, you know, just promote safety, welfare. So our juniors had set up some ergs, and we have pictures also of the police in all their gear on ergs. And
I love it.
That was a great night. And we had a lot of attendance there. And, you know, that's another way that people can see what we're doing with the ergs. So we have that. And then we partnered with Snohomish County Conservation District. And they do shoreline conservation, really promote that. They do rain gardens, which are really important up here in the Pacific Northwest. And so we help them plant. We really started a good, to try and really work with them, but then COVID hit and we had everything got shut down.
So this has just been going formally for a couple of years, or?
Yes, right.
Yeah. But that's just such a great thing. Like at my rowing club in Boston, community rowing, you know, we have like a Earth Day cleanup and stuff. And we try and, God, the other day I got like 25 masks.
Oh yeah. I know. It was the day I got like 12 when I got to the park.
Well, we have a DCR boat ramp. So, you know, people who can come to fish, and they launch their boats there. So I guess they blow out of the boats. I hate to think people actually drop them.
I know.
Yeah. So if someone came to visit you, like me, could I just come by and do a guest row, or?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
We love to have guests come out. And then for somebody who just wants to try it, we have try rowing days. Or, you know, if they know how to row already and they just kind of maybe want to join or just check us out, they have 3 free rows to see if they like us or not.
Oh, wow. That's a great idea. Yeah. And do you have like scholarships or like work share type thing?
Well, we don't yet. We have partial scholarships for the kids when we can raise enough money to do that.
Yeah.
But that's on our list for the future.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was such a new club. And I mean, was 2008 is I guess relatively new when you're talking about these ancient Boston and Philadelphia clubs. But was it easy to work with the local community and get that land and that?
Oh yes, the Snohomish County Parks and Rec were great. Awesome. They were so helpful. And then this park had been turned over in the past year, I think, or so, to Lake Stevens. And they're great to work with too. They're very supportive. Both of them have a comprehensive plan to make the water more available to non-motorized boats.
Yeah, I rode in Spokane once, and on the Coeur d'Alene River, or just out of, Spokane, River Rowing Association, and we had to kind of compete with the jet skis and stuff.
Oh yeah, we did.
Anyway, but what else would you like me to tell you about your club, or tell people about your club, and like who are the other like movers and shakers there? I know Robin is your executive director, right?
Right. And well, I'd like to tell you about our coaches.
Okay,
so, in the Pacific Northwest, there's a problem with finding coaches. So, people are trying to go all over the country and find coaches. So what we decided to do was to promote from within. So our coaches are competitive athletes, but they also have an understanding of people just enjoying rowing. So they're taking the level 2 U.S. rowing certification. And so that's who we have for the adults. And for the kids, we have 2 young people that are, one's in college rowing for Washington State University, and then another girl who started with us when she was 12, and she just graduated high school. 18. Yeah. So those.
And do you find out? Do they take did they like the online U.S. rowing certification, or what's
right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I don't know if they even have the in-person ones yet because of COVID, but that was how we were doing it last year.
Yeah, right. So you just can't travel.
Yeah, right, right.
And do you have a pretty good retention on the coaches?
Oh yeah,
we
that's
do. Good. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So we're really happy with the way things are going, and we can accommodate most anybody. As I was saying to you, we have two knee replacements, one with a hip replacement, and
that's awesome. Yeah. It's so great to get that healthy activity happening even if you have a disability.
And that's what we're looking for, a lifetime of.
And Learn to Row, you run the Learn to Row. I mean, do you? Devin was saying that you finished that up, but you have a plan to transition those new rowers into other programs at your club, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I found that the best thing to do is to get the whole club involved with Learn to Row. So then when you're trying to bring people in, there isn't this thing like, I'm not getting my row in because I have to make these adjustments for a new rower. So everybody's pretty excited about getting new rowers in. So they're very helpful. And that's what we're doing pretty much this, next month or so.
Yeah, more rowers means more boats going out. And
exactly.
I think she was saying like you put the new ones in the middle, and then the strokes and the bows are more seasoned.
And then when they look like they maybe can handle it, start them in a real big single.
Right.
If they're
So you have some of those training singles?
Yes, we do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Mary, this has been really great. And I have family in Washington State, so I'm going to come out and visit you. And like I was saying, I spent my formative years in Seattle. So I love visiting. And
we'd love to see you. I hope we stay in contact.
Yeah, we sure will. Let me know, when you need something, if you've got a, fundraiser coming up or something. That's what these pop-up podcasts are for, you just, if you think of something, give us a shout.
Okay.
And let's see, we've got the blog post up for this episode, and we always put one up for each episode, but we have all the links that you'll need if you'd like us to add anything in here. I've got your rowing club website and your Facebook page linked. And then if I could ask the viewers and listeners, please subscribe, because we would like to keep going and doing stuff like this and keeping, the spotlight on clubs and rowers that just have an interesting story to tell and are doing, so much to get this sport out to, not only older people like me, but, a diverse population of younger rowers coming up. So we really appreciate you being here, Mary, and doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you so much.
All right. We'll be in touch. Thanks, everyone. piercepress.com/podcasts is the easiest way to find us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.